So if you have a vehicle, say that's a 2024 and it has 12,000 miles of it on it, you add 1212 to the original 336. Say it's a GM vehicle. You add 1212. So now it's a 4-year, 48,000 mile coverage. Hey, what's up, guys? Gavin McGrath here with the Showroom episode 23, the Michael Jordan episode, LeBron James, your player of choice. Excited today to talk a little bit about our used car business, right? So we've talked a lot specifically about new vehicle models. And a lot of franchise dealers, yes, are known for the new vehicles. But I think today we'll take a deep dive into how important the used car business is to a car dealership and get into some certifieds that we do, some certified coverages. So it's a really important part of our business because if you think about every time you sell a used vehicle, well, you recondition that vehicle through our service and our parts department. We detail that car. We potentially do body work to that vehicle in our small damage repair body shop that we have. And you can be strong at the curb on new car when you can bid your car strong because you know you have a good used car department that will sell them. And so it just makes that car dealership go round. When you sell a used car, everybody in the dealership benefits from it. And in fact, in our organization, for about every one new car we sell 2.5 to 3 used vehicles. And if you look at nationally, the SAR, which is basically how many new vehicles are sold in the United States every year, usually is between 15 to 17 million a year. I think last year it ended up around 16. Hey, chat GPT that, Zach. How many new vehicles were sold last year in the United States? Or Google search it. But that number on the pre-owned side, when you include all private parties selling, used car dealerships, new car dealerships selling used vehicles, it's between 45 and 55 million, right? Affordable pricing, a lot more of them.
15.9.
15.9 million is what the SAR finished at last year. All right. And the number of used vehicles, like I said, is between 45 and 55 million a year sold. That's why we spend a lot of our efforts, our inventories, our time on used vehicles along with new. Okay. So let's talk about how we I would say about 10 years ago, we kicked off our McGrath Certified. It's our self-branded certification to just add some more value to the vehicles that we sell off of our used car lots, right? So what it gets is, first of all, it has to be within 7 model years and less than 75,000 miles to qualify for the McGrath Certified. What that McGrath Certified gets you is a 12-month, 12,000 mile limited warranty. And that warranty is like a brand new coverage. So like for GM, for example, you have a 3-year, 36,000 mile bumper to bumper coverage. That's the same coverage that this 1212 is. And what it does is it adds to the manufacturer's bumper to bumper. So if you have a vehicle, say that's a 2024 and it has 12,000 miles of it on it, you add 1212 to the original 336. Say it's a GM vehicle. You add 1212. So now it's a 4-year, 48,000 mile coverage from the in-service date of the vehicle. So it's a really good benefit for our consumers. You get a free vehicle history report, Carfax, full vehicle condition inspection, and then there's a like it or exchange it policy, 3 days, 150 miles. You buy that car, and let's say a couple of days later over the weekend, like, I don't want it anymore. We'll exchange it out. Really, no questions asked. So that's the McGrath Certified bucket. Then about 3 years ago, we added another bucket for those vehicles that aren't in that 7-year or 75,000 mile or newer vehicle bucket. And we now have the Smart Buy, which is 10 model years up to 125,000 mile on the car. That's a 3-month, 3,000 mile powertrain warranty from when you buy it. You get the history report, and then there's a 106-point full vehicle condition inspection that you get on that vehicle. Our reconditioning standards on that certified unit are 161-point inspection, and we're not making the car brand new, okay, but we are making it a reconditioned vehicle. So for example, there's a tire minimum, okay, of 5/32 on the tires. If it's below that, it's getting brand new tires. If it has 8 or 9 30-seconds of tread depth, we're not replacing those tires. They still have a lot of life left, right? So it's not a brand new vehicle. Okay. Their brakes is another example. They have to be a certain measurement of thickness for safety for reconditioning. Our average reconditioning dollars that we spend on a used vehicle across our company, because we obviously pay our mechanics to fix them, and then we put parts on these. Our average is between $1,600 and $1,800 per car, depending. So you might have a 2024 Equinox with 10,000 miles. Change the oil, maybe put some wiper blades, maybe do an air filter, whatever, get it on the lot. It's not going to cost you much. But then you have a 4 or 5 year old vehicle that may need all the wear on brakes, that may need tires, that maybe has a tie rod issue, that has a cracked windshield, and then adds up, and we detail every car, and all of a sudden now you have a $25,000 or a $3,000 ticket. That cost is applied to that vehicle, and that's one thing that is really important for our used car teams, is that we appraise vehicles properly. Something that can get you hurt in the used car business is when you put too much money in a vehicle and then you have surprises in the shop where you got to spend $5,000, $6,000 for a transmission you did not know about, and now you're totally buried in that car. And so you got to figure out a way out of it. So that's where the appraisal process is really important for our team. And we have an entire process for that, and we have tools for that. But that's just a good glimpse into the business on our average. What we put in on average in expense in each one of these cars is between, I'd say, $1,600, $1,800, kind of bounces in between there, depending on the month. The other thing is the stocking. Our sourcing of used cars. It's a very robust and thoughtful thing that we look at all the time. We have an entire buying team that is scouring auctions, online auctions. We don't go buy in person at auctions, really. We do it all online, so we have more scale, so we can look across the entire company. And we have a team, Tyler Giese, Justin Rosnick, and Ryan Digney. That team, they do an amazing job, and they'll buy between 250 to 350 on a high-end 400 cars in a single month from all over the country. And so then there's the logistics of transporting all those vehicles. That's why someone like Kerry Bro steps in and does an amazing job helping with that. The logistics of getting all those cars to show up. And then there's getting those things recon, getting them on the lot. And so that process is really important and valuable to us as well. So we target to make sure that we are staying at a 5-day or under average days in recon. And we track that with a tool called Rapid Recon. And our people are all aware of it. Because when the time we take that vehicle on trade or the time that car shows up off transport, if we bought it at auction, we wanted to have it on the lot for sale, ready and pictured online within 5 days. Fortunately, we've done an amazing job. Our service and parts teams, our detail teams are doing an incredible job, and we're sitting right around 4 days right now. 3 is like utopia. So we're working to get there. But that is really important to us because used cars are obviously depreciating assets. And so having them sit every day costs you money. Costs you money in depreciation, costs you money and that vehicle can now have more issues that come up if it just sits there and isn't moved. So it's important that we get these things on the lot, recondition them the right way, get them repaired the right way, and have a good quality product for sale within 5 days from beginning to end. We currently have about 1,401 used vehicles online in our used car inventory. We try to have about a 45-day supply, so matches up. You sell 900 to 1,000 used a month. That's about that 45-day supply. And that's why it's so important that we have that source of buying used cars with our buying team, because our trade-ins wouldn't be able to keep up with that number of used cars. Because as I said, we sell about 3 used to every 1 new. And so that source of not only the acquisitions on auction, but Cody West buying vehicles off the street from consumers. We do a lot of, Facebook Marketplace or somebody just coming in and selling us their vehicle. So you kind of have that trade-in bucket, which is the large share of it. Then there's the acquisition online, the auction purchase bucket. And then there is the off the street purchase bucket. And we have kind of a 4th bucket, but I would put it in the off the street purchase bucket as well as the DART online source where people can submit, get values on their vehicles in very quick time. And buy it very easy, sell us your vehicle really fast, really easy. And Cody helps lead that and makes that an easy process for us. So the used car business is really important to us. It's really important to be able to serve our community because the number of used vehicles that are bought in our communities, it's really important. And it's important that we have a quality product that is backed by a good promise. And that's what that guarantee is, that warranty. The McGrath Certified, or in the Smart Buy case. It's really important that we put a good product out there and that we stand behind it and take care of our customers. So that's a little glimpse into our used vehicle business. Certainly submit any questions, or if you comment on any of these videos, happy to answer anything, guys. It was great to talk about this. Great to see you, and we'll see you next time on the showroom.